And first up for round 2, we have Tenbird and Hans.
Don't come near me.
So we're just waiting for Tenbird, who I assume is in a Wyvern run. I can't find your lobby? Here. Unable to see if oh, never mind, he found it.
Let's get started.
Good luck, guys. I haven't checked if there's a way to search lobbies. I know that I can invite, but I don't. That invite feature doesn't seem to be working very well. I think you just have to scroll through all the lobbies.
Such arrogance.
Fortune will favor
So Tenbird leads with a Tywin.
You fight as if you have 9 lives.
Let's begin.
I always think it's interesting when people bring Sid into Rylet. Because when I run Rylet, I'm like, oh good, somebody brought Sid. But people seem to feel like it counters anyway. I guess they just want first turn. We did see his Collie in round 1, and she did a lot of work against that maid Chloe.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive team. Back with the Broman again. We saw what the Broman can do in round 1. This is weird to see, because normally we see Hans cleaving.
kiss my feet.
This time we Tenbird with the cleave comp. Prime, probably Sigrid. Sigrid or Vildred would be second. That Broman is very fast.
I will protect
And
my-
Cerise last pick. Interesting. Sigrid prime form. Sigrid first and then Vildred second. Alright Drake, have a good night, man. Sid or Collie with the recall? I would go Collie. But they kind of perform different
Auckland does
different
not
roles.
stand for friends. But I have no intention of losing.
So the Cerise gets first turn. Most of that gets cleansed because of the Tywin.
I believe I will win.
I guess that's why people go Sid into Rylet. Asked and answered. He lands the first turn crit.
I will send you.
Oh, interesting. So he's gonna burn into this to try and get rid of this Raz. It's not gonna be enough.
Should we get started? Purifying flame. Burn away the
He's gonna go with the defense buff.
Look into my eyes.
So he wanted to wait and get the kill here. That way he can push back his... Oh, he's still going into the Raz. Interesting. So he's gonna use the stun here instead. I guess that makes sense.
I'm sure fortune will be on our side today as well. Spirits of the 5 seasons.
feel like that might be just a touch loud. I'm gonna turn it down one. Alright, so Raz is dead and the revive is used.
My own future. This world.
And since Collie's restricted, she's gonna die.
I will not just stand by and watch. Give up now.
Because there's no evasion on the Sid, the Cerise is able to get that stun there before she dies. So he's got 3 more hits to kill that Rylet.
Fortune will favor us.
2 more hits.
Goddess.
Spectre has max stacks now. So if she crits, she'll do a lot of damage. She just half healthed that Ruel.
I'm sure Fortune will be on our side.
And Rylet is faster.
Fear knows how others control you.
Don't worry.
Plus the team up. So pretty much comes down to this. If this doesn't crit, he's dead, I think. Even though Ruel dies, because he's going to counter kill there. And I think he's going to go next as well. And be able to kill her. Oh, it didn't kill. He gets one more chance. But trying to crit him here is next to impossible.
I will shape my own future.
It's GG. Hans emotes his way to victory. And we'll take the first round.
Is our next.
Yeah, that was really close.
Not bad.
So he's so fast. Yeah, this is a great fight. He said that was a waste? Well, he took Rylet's first turn.
Fear is how others control you.
It kind of worked. But Sid had his evasion stripped.
What's our assignment?
So once that got stripped, he was in trouble.
Fortune will favor us. Run before it's too late.
So Hans sticks with the Rylet, Tenbird sticks with the Tywin.
Let's get started.
Looks like Tenbird's going with the same team. Especially now that he knows that Cerise outspeeds him, because it didn't seem like it affected him too much, but the debuff on the Collie
I'll protect you.
meant the Collie died. So Collie never really got a chance to do anything.
For the future of Sidonia.
I would expect different bans here. Or at least one different ban.
You want to try me?
Oh no. He leaves the Cerise in. Interesting. So the Broman and the SSB still banned. I'm really surprised he didn't ban the Cerise there, knowing that he was faster. Maybe he just thinks he got RNG'd.
I want to have to do this, but it seems I have no choice.
Same thing, restrict on the Collie again is going to make this an issue.
End it now.
I will
Ideal build for Broman.
everything.
Just really fast with high effectiveness. If you're going to run with CDOM, then high crit rate as well.
Do you think you can last? This world
So this time, the Rylet double evades. We should have a different background since we're round 2. I mean, we could change the background, I guess. Triple evades.
If I must fight, son of light, burn!
Alright, here comes the stun and the slow. Rylet down. There was a resist there by the double resist by the Ruel. Yeah, I wouldn't have banned the SSB either, but he knows his stuff.
This won't be an easy fight.
Gets 12k into the Tywin there. Tywin is down now.
I will not just stand by and watch. How naive.
Yeah, exactly. She did crit, but it got evaded. Or sorry, it missed. Didn't get evaded.
Fortune will favor us.
But now he has no more evasion, so he's gonna die. Oh, he's going for the kill. He misses again. It's gonna do a lot of damage, but he's gonna counter now. That's gonna kill the Cid.
Ends here.
And now Spectre has to solo. Nope. Spectre gave up.
9 lives.
Hans with the back-to-back wins and the big upset. Taking out Tenbird in round 2.
It's my turn.
Why can't you just let me Roman? So let's bring the bracket back up. Up next, we're going to have War Champs and Bulb. So let's take these guys out of here.
The Order of the Shield does not back down.
Free Broman. I recognize how strong he is. I respect that. Imagine not hitting Legend and never beating me in a real match. So we need War Champs here. There he is.
All that's left is
I mean, he had... So Tenbird had a lot of chances to win that fight, right? He just missed. I don't necessarily agree with the ban, but if he crits a few times there, he wins that fight. Both of them were really, really close. Yep. It happens. Alright, pre-bans are in.
insignificant.
I'll show you how it's done. Fear
Speaking of Rylet,
control you.
War Champs with his patented Charles Rylet combo. It's weird seeing like Legend versus Silver,
I have
but
nothing to
both
say,
with
though.
champion
I'll show you what I've got.
RTA frames. What's up, Johan?
Punished.
Just responding to friendly trash talk. Yeah, we get our first Melissa appearance of the tournament.
Leave it to me.
And Maya.
Immature. Do I look like
Hans does trash
children
talk.
to you?
You have to know Hans to know that he trash talks. We still love him though, despite the trash talk. At least he trash talks equally among everybody. Correct. Except Melissa got banned. Melissa and SSB with the bans. Derp, I heard you were really disappointed that they gave her a skin.
You may try to defy me. Weep and wail.
I'll be your opponent.
Dark blade.
What's up, Sky King? I'm gonna lock her up so you can't get to her.
Kneel before my sword of light.
There's a lot of misses from that Charles there. Oof. Counter provoke from the Maya.
There is no salvation for those who fall in battle. Obey. Kneel.
Always strips of rounds of 8 buff, doesn't matter how many buffs he has, yeah. Feels that way sometimes, doesn't it?
I was born to fight.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of specters on weird artifacts recently.
How strong I am?
There's another counter from the Charles, but he's still blinded, so... No, he does crit them.
I'll show you what I've got.
Extra turn not doing much there.
Now it's time to go to sleep.
Alright, what you got, Spectre? Or Spectre.
All that's left
Tenebria.
is ruin.
He does get the defense break and is gonna wake up the Alencia, but he does get the Charles kill, which is big. Into the Chiron skill 1. Kills Alencia, and I don't think War Champs can come back from that. I love LQC,
It was never in doubt.
but 1v4 is tricky. Let's be 1-0 for Bulb. Silver players rise up. They do both have the same RTA frame. Ooh, Melissa ban. When have you ever seen a Melissa pre-banned?
Insignificant.
You fight as if you have 9 lives.
RB Rylet.
Now, bring it on.
I know why he's doing it, but I just never seen it before. I pre-ban Melissa versus new. I usually just go make a sandwich and let it auto draft when I face new. Edgy Boys first picks.
Stop bugging me. Not bad.
the pre-buff. The pre-buff Melissa. What do you mean the trash talk? I wanted a sandwich. I see you're making use of the new RTA rooms. Yes. It makes life so much easier when you're making these tournaments. James Zerato is still very good. Yes. And he will still be very good.
Don't put all your faith in me.
But yeah, he's not like you don't just pick him. He's very much a counter pick. I know, Dirt, but they could be watching stream, right? Because whoever bans first, you can see what got banned. So if they're watching stream, they can see it.
Fall. And never get back on your feet.
You can still invite friends, Massacre.
Watch and learn.
It's just a different setup, that's all.
The time has come to determine the victor.
I'll be your opponent.
He gets the greater attack buff, but he's going into full immunity. He does crit the Rylet, so no extra stack there. What to do, LQC? What to do?
Only punishment. Await Saturn. You aren't even.
Big damage there from LQC, taking out the Charles. There's the miss he was looking for.
Is that all you've got?
This is the important... Oh, he doesn't go for him. He switches up. He wants to stun the Charlotte.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. A bloodbath.
That might be a dead Charlotte. If he's on knife, it's a dead Charlotte. Yeah.
You really are persistent, aren't you?
Oof. The missed crit on the Spectre there kind of hurts. He really needed that crit. I opened a whole bunch of them for you, Corrupted. I feel like you must have been doing Expedition all day today. Yeah, Kaz is still in. I think he's up next, actually.
All that's left.
Another greater attack buff from RB. I have so many done today. Yeah, it doesn't take long as long as you're
Can you hear the approaching ruin?
as long as you're doing them regularly. He just switched because he could get the stun on the LQC. That's why.
You want to try me?
And then she was already at half health and could kill her, so he was like, I may as well take the kill instead of risking not killing anybody.
No salvation for those who fall in battle. Your torment excites me.
I think so, Gossick. I'm pretty sure. He does get the counter into the Spectre here. If he has any chance to win, he needed that to go into Spectre, and it did. He's still gonna be in tough to win this, but if he gets a miss here, which he did, he can kill the Kayron. I don't know who you want to kill here. I don't know if he's proc the Kayron's passive. I don't remember.
This world
Okay, so he had his skill 3, so that makes
is no
sense.
place for you.
Kill him and risk Kayron.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. How futile is
There's the skill 1, misses again.
Scream.
But he's gonna lap and take another turn. And that's gonna be a GG. So Bulb moves on, taking down War Champs. GG guys. Those are some good fights.
The spirit of a commander.
So let's move him on to the next one. And up next, we have Kaz and Alencia. Did that work? Yep. On my way? Excellent.
I thought I was finally free.
Ninja, you here? I can't find Ninja. Searching? Alright, I tried to invite you. Apparently it didn't work. Yeah, we could do that. There you go.
Show your elders some respect.
This is so nice now. I'm loving this new feature. This is just flying by, not having to worry about taking time in between for like emulator changes and stuff. It just makes it much smoother. Was he top 4 last tourney?
Stop bugging me.
No, he actually lost to War Champs in the quarterfinals.
I'll show you what I've got. Got it worried.
So Alencia gets his Alencia.
Practiced.
I'll be your opponent.
Yep. Lots of I'm looking forward to seeing what the most drafted units are in this compared to last month. Because I feel like we're going to see a lot more Flurry and definitely a lot more Rylet now that Rylet's built. Probably more Tywin as well. And less Rose, yes.
I believe this is what the goddess wills.
Yep. It's funny how many people hated on Rylet when he first came out.
Steep.
How long do you think?
Speak of the devil. I like the tanky lifesteal rather.
Here.
He's tough though, Because you do need him to do damage. Working on Broman? Yeah. Broman's going to be interesting post-buff, too. Reddit and Stove? Yeah. But even people in chat, people were saying non-stop, being like, why do you use him? He's so bad, he's so bad.
Whose turn is it today?
But I think people have seen the light now. Reddit hates every unit. It's not outright broken. Yes, you're very right.
You are not worthy of my
He brought Rin the first time around too. I don't know how I feel about Rin here. I guess he's bringing Rin to counter the SSB. I do understand the Euphine hate. I don't know about the Izaria hate though. I think Izaria is gonna be really good. The fact that Smalgi immediately countered him showed how good he is. Yes, I agree. Why Euphine hate? I don't think it's hate. I just don't think she's gonna be great. I think she's gonna be very niche, but we'll see. Could be wrong. I think Izaria over Euphine. I would be the other way around.
But it will cost you. This will lead us to victory.
So he goes for the Flurry Stun, gets the Flurry Stun.
This is only a
It's subtle, but the background change is amazing.
my past, regret.
If you remind me, I'll do it again next round.
I'll sever everything.
We'll pick a different one. Yeah, she's gonna be good at countering Basar, but that's really it.
Be punished.
I don't see her doing much else.
I'm growing tired of this act.
This is also our first Haste
This
appearance.
is getting old. Shall we put an end
Yeah.
to this little game?
I mean, it's good though that it isn't, right? You really don't want it to be SSB tier. Nobody wants it. It's not good for anybody if it's SSB tier.
Let's start with something light.
Hadley counter. So there's the first life of the Vildred. He comes back to life into the immunity because of the haste.
I'll accept your duel.
Liminal, you've been drinking over there. Put down the drink. With the buff block and the heal block there, that's going to be a dead Arby, I think. I think Alencia is in trouble in this one. Because no revive. He's going to need that his own Alencia to do some serious work here.
It's too late to back out now.
Because down goes Arby.
I hope this job is a little easier. Are you prepared for this? Would you like to be my next meal? I don't have the time for stupid toys.
I really thought he was going to do that on the DN. DN's provoked, so I guess he didn't have to, but I was expecting it on the DN.
Annoying vermin must be crushed. Maybe I'm working too hard. Alright, Flurry, get him.
This he's my Dizzy Euphine skill 1 comp.
Run before it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that, but you've got no damage.
Got it, Flurry. Just like we practiced.
You could see people do that though. Just try and skill 1 AoE stun over and over and over again.
You see how I made everyone kneel before me?
So Lencia taps out on the first one. Ask me 1-0 for Kaz. Give me a second. The worst matchup for first participation? Your fight was great though. Those first round fights were amazing.
Accept your duel. Ugh, this is hard. So rude.
So Kaz goes with the Flitica this time. And still
This is only
lets him get his Lencia out.
All that's left is ruin.
This time Kaz gets the RB with his Moy. I'm happy to see at least somebody's using her. You think the right side of the bracket looked easier? Let me see. I don't know, man.
Let's advance together.
There's some tough people on that side.
Oh my, how cute.
What I try and do when I'm making them is try and go like put the top 4 in 4 different brackets. Oops. That's the old bracket, Melina. I'll put it up in a second. Here, actually. Here. There you go. I have to figure out how to update that.
Don't look down on me.
So Moy gets first turn. Again into no immunity.
Baring your fangs at me. Bad decision.
I try and go top 4 in different brackets, and then I go the next 4 in different brackets, and then I go back and fill them in.
My goddess. Grant me
Usually based on well, I did it based on last season's final rankings.
I'll shatter. Your pride. You may try to defy me. A nightmare.
So here comes the Tenebria skill 3. This is going to be a big part of what happens the rest of this fight, is how many of these debuffs land. Wow, quad defense break, quad sleep from Tenebria.
Witness my power.
He didn't, and then he quad crit into crit resist. That was some serious RNG right there.
Start with something
And 3 more crits into crit resist. The only one that didn't crit ended up dying anyway because of drink. There's you go. There's your crit resist after the fact. Moy did nothing. Get out of here. That was crazy. The quad Vildred crit into crit resist and the quad defense break. The odds of that are not very good, especially into a water unit there. But GG. Kaz gonna move on. For those of you who don't know Kaz, aka Stormbreaker, he does stream on Twitch if you want to go check him out. Whoa. Wrong button. Alright, there is the updated bracket. So up next, the final quarterfinal, we're going to have Yao and Eliminal. We need you both in the chat. Let me see if I can invite you guys. Why are there so many people named Liminal in this game? Alright, you're both here. So there's Yao. Level 5s. Alright, click ready when you're ready, and we're good to go. They wouldn't do that. It's funny, all the first round were 2-1, and yeah, second round being 2-0.
I hope this job is a little easier.
Liminal with the a Fighter Maya pre-ban and first pick Flurry. We need more hyper Stalcoms. He is Snack, yes. Made it to the semifinals. We're actually starting the semifinals after this matchup.
So, you learned nothing from last time.
There's the Tywin again and the Flitica.
Now, bring it on.
SSB RB on the other side.
Let me warm up.
This is just the beginning.
A lot of Sids today. Can we get our second haste appearance? Nope. He changed his mind. The last time we saw a Rowana, the Rowana fight took like 20 minutes. I don't believe you. You're not going Oxlots. Get out of here. What is that badge you have there?
Step back, flies.
Owl All Access Pass? I've never seen that before. Bruh. Is there a prize pool? Yes, it's right over there in the bottom left-hand corner. Current prize pool is up to $50. It goes up with every donation. The donations minus fees and stuff go toward the prize pool. Oh, it's from Overwatch? Well, I wouldn't say nobody watches Overwatch. I would say I don't watch Overwatch. All I know from Overwatch was the TikTok meme video. So Sid takes first turn, deletes the Flitica. Yes, the I Wanna Be Winston video. That's the one. You got it. So no provoke there means he gets his greater attack buff and his skill off, gets counter killed, gets another greater attack buff, and back into his skill 3 again for a second time. No burn, but it kills 2 people. And gets a team up proc into another counter proc. Into another counter proc, but no crit this time. So she's 3 for 3 countering. This should kill the Arby, I would assume, and revive somebody random.
I will open the doors to
Nope.
hell.
He went for the kill on the Sid, doesn't get it, which means GG.
I'll accept your duel. I'm getting tired of you.
Hey Ravi, I'm helping. Garbage unit, she's the only one of your team that survived. If you would have gone for him, you could have potentially brought that back. Why didn't you? Yeah.
Don't talk.
Why didn't you try and kill the Arby there? You could have one-shot the Arby. And then you revive into a turn. Depending who you revive, if he revives the Tywin, you win that fight. Liminal's like, nope, no more Arby for you.
Fight a little harder, Flurry.
No, you would have AoE stunned. The Tywin gets a turn, AoE stuns, it's GG. I mean, it doesn't help the Yao got back-to-back greater attack procs on his Arby as well. That's a lot of damage to take. I don't care what team you're bringing in. You're not surviving back-to-back greater attack
Too late.
Arby skill 3s on first turn.
I'm sure fortune will be
You're
on our
just
side
not.
today as well.
I'll destroy you.
Need more FCC. I mean, FCC would have helped.
そう、喧嘩なんて退屈ですよね。
We haven't seen many Dizzies. Haven't seen much Dizzy, Dion.
Stay quiet. Don't come near me.
Purges. Alright, I've seen everything. Purges into Spectre. Collie Band, Flitica Band. Thing is, Purges can't counter Spectre. Yeah, Trace, because the bands still show up.
Fly, Flurry! Get him!
Whoever bans first, you can see their ban. Need to make it bigger? We can do that. It's the screen I'm using isn't work. I can just close it.
With something light.
I'll just turn the screen off for that instead of bringing up the thing.
How dare you pick a fight with me?
Yeah, that'd be nice, Amp. I like that idea. Giving the option or making it alternating first pick would be nice.
It's too late to back out now.
SSB into that Tywin, just everything getting cleansed. Oof. Cleary auto-countered, but no stuns on the counter. Here comes the stun from the Purchase, gets the SSB stun.
It takes a lot of courage to challenge me.
Wonder if he provokes here to not get countered. He's gonna get countered anyway. Nope. Goes into it, gets the Purchase counter, or Purchase team up. SSB counters back, triple crits. There's the S3, but no blind or attack break on Spectre. And he's got souls, so he's actually can kill 2 people here. And do damage to a 3rd. He's going to go into the Purchase here. That'll kill the Lilius and the Purchase. I think, well, it doesn't kill the Purchase, but almost. And now he's got a Tywin solo. Basically what this comes down to. Can Tywin solo? If he would have got the stun on the Ruel, Tywin could have soloed this for sure.
Don't give up. Be saved.
I feel like he probably just revives the SSB here, but he might go with the Spectre. He does go with the Spectre. That'll take care of the Purchase right away. He needs to get one more turn. He needs to lap. If he can lap the Spectre, he's got a chance, but I don't think he's going to. Because Spectre will just finish him off here. Yeah. There it is. Oh, holy sacrifice, he's back. Back into his skill 3. Still no stun on the Ruel though. So I don't think he's gonna have enough. But it was enough to give Luminal a little bit of a scare there. That's going to even things up at 1 fight apiece. Her skill 1 gives her a random buff. Yeah, with Justice for All.
I hate getting hurt.
Hey, here we go. For the final semifinal spot. Winner moves on. The semifinals are after this fight.
Got it,
Yeah.
Harry? Just like we practiced.
I'll show you who's in charge.
All that's left is ruin.
So, you learned nothing from last time.
Fortune will favor us.
I'm still so disappointed I didn't get the Tywin. I tried, for those of you that weren't here when I was summoning for Tywin, when he was up in the Mystic rotation, we had like 100 summons, 110 summons saved for him. And I ended up getting 5 Cecilias and 5 Crowns, and didn't get a single Tywin. And at the time, people were like, oh, it doesn't matter, you don't want Tywin anyway. But now, with his buff, it makes me very salty.
I'll show you what I've got.
Everything disappears.
For the Kaz match, if sleep guarantees a crit,
Step back.
how does that interact with crit resist? I would assume if they are slept, it's a guaranteed crit. I never thought about that. Yeah, we were all marveling over the crits, but I forgot that they were all slept. You're right. Once the sleep lands, that guarantees the crits from the RB there.
I will protect my people.
Alright, bans are in. Rowana and Arby are gone. I feel like Liminal got the team he wanted through.
I will not just stand by and watch.
We'll have to see what Yao's Cerise can do here.
Are you here to capture me? Get out of my way.
So he doesn't get any of the slows because of the Tywin, but he does get the restrict,
Alright, try me.
and then the Litica finishes off the rest of the strip there.
I never lose.
Stay out of my way.
The provoke misses on the Tywin.
I'm never going back. Stop chasing me!
She has a negative speed. Wait, did that land? That's important. Did he get that on her? No. So she resisted the reset.
Tire them out. That's right.
The flurry, though, does not get resisted. Gets the defense break on the Lilius.
Not too late.
Here comes the AoE stun from the Tywin, who he thought was going to be 2-turn provoked, but that got resisted as well. He gets the double stun on the 2 boosters,
I won't go easy on
and gets the slow on the Lilius. SSB still hasn't taken her first turn.
Obey. Kneel.
He's just going to get rid of the Lilius first, which will make it easier to kill the SSB. Nice 22k from the
Run.
Chiron there. So he does proc the Kayron passive. The heal block doesn't do much good because he's already got attack buff and he's already got his immortality. So Kayron's gonna get off 2 more turns unless he gets stunned here. I think she has her stun, yeah. Oh, he doesn't go for her though, he goes for the Ruel. So Ruel's gonna miss her turn. But that does mean that Kayron's gonna get his skills off.
I will not just stand by
And that
and
boosts the
watch.
Kayron.
A roaming heart forever wandering.
So he's on knife, so that's gonna probably kill her, I would assume. Yeah, definitely gonna kill her. 34k into the into the Flitica there.
Help me. Wait.
I don't know how to beat Ruel Tywin. You don't.
Something left.
There's a little box icon up in the top right-hand corner. If you click that, the fight's over.
I will protect my people.
But that's normally what you're supposed to do against Tywin Ruel.
Now,
This Tywin keeps only countering into invincibility. Ruel's down. He still needs to take care of this SSB. He definitely needs this to kill her.
Your
Yeah, he's just gonna burn into it. So he gets the SSB crit, she's dead.
Falcon does not submit to threats.
This will kill the Kayron.
Give up now.
He gets the stun on the Tywin though, so he decided not to kill Kayron. He laps, hits them, which wakes him up, and he counter kills. So Liminal gonna move on. Tywin taking care of business.
Can't
Congrats to you both. Great fights, guys.
rest.
Thank you, Yao, for participating. And Liminal's gonna move on. So let's bust out the bracket. Alright, so that's going to move us on to the semifinals. First up, we're going to have Hans versus Bull, best of 5. And then we'll have Kaz versus Liminal, best of 5. And then we'll move on to the final. So let's add these guys in here.
Not bad. My spear will protect everyone.
Alright, you guys are good to go? No, best of 5. Whenever you're ready, Bob, just hit the ready button, and we're good to go. Good luck, guys. Tywin's just so good now. Like, the thing is, now you have the chance to be resisted, and the auto cleanse on top of it, even if you do happen to land something, it just makes it very difficult to beat. I don't know what they were thinking adding a stun.
I will shape my own future.
Alright, back to the Rylet fights.
I'm sure fortune will be on our side today as well.
I feel like we're probably going to see Rylet every fight from now on.
I hope this job is a little easier.
I thought I was finally free.
Yep. A lot of people now... It's hard, because I don't necessarily think that Flurry is a hard counter to him, but
The future of Sidonia.
breaking up the combo on the other side is worth it. So it's like if somebody brings Rylet, you kind of want to take her anyway, even if you don't think that she counters him, just because you don't want both of those units on the enemy team. Han's going super fast now.
Focus on this battle.
He just decides, I'm going to go with the cleave into this. How is Bulb going to counter the rest of this?
To the land
Okay, that'll do it. He goes with the FCC. Just got that out of there in time. Bans are in. CDOM and FCC are gone, which means that Cerise is probably going to go into the Zerato, depending on how the speed tuning goes. I'm actually surprised there hasn't been as much FCC to this point.
I will not just stand by and watch.
So as Cerise goes first, the question is, does he use his skill 3 or does he just go with the stun?
How naive.
That's what I was thinking. Not only does he get the stun, but he also gets a defense break on the Ruel. Huge defense break there. It does mean that he's not running
Control you.
Sachet, but the lack of immunity.
Your life.
Oh, he doesn't go for her. I thought he was going to kill the Ruel. That surprises me.
I thought I was finally free.
So this boost will give his Kize a turn. I wonder how much effectiveness his Kize has. He went with skill 3. Oh, he already did the boost. Never mind. He went with the skill 3 though. Got the reset, which means he's still good to go, but the flurry cuts and lands the provoke. Yep, got the evasion strip. That doesn't really matter too much though. What really matters is that Kize got 2-turn provoked and defense broken. That Kize might be dead now. Oh, he still missed on Ryla, even though no evasion.
Are you here to capture me? I will not just stand by and watch.
Yeah, he's in big trouble now.
How long do you think you can last?
He now has to count on many misses on this Rylet.
This way. Stay out of my way.
The fact that the CDOM got cut there. Ooh, that big team up from the Zerato there.
I swear,
Rylet solo.
a miracle will occur.
I mean, Dizzy is reset. No. He gives up. As soon as that revive goes off, he says, "Okay, you win." Yeah, I don't really either, but he had something in mind. I think the problem was he didn't have a way to get his Kize a turn. As soon as he was gonna get cut there, I don't think he had. No matter what he did, didn't matter, honestly. Because if he doesn't, if he say he kills the Ruel, even if he resets everybody else, like eventually he's gonna die.
It takes a lot of courage to challenge me.
Yeah, but the Cerise went first, so if he would have tried,
Kiss my feet.
the slow would have gotten transferred.
Accept your duel.
And you never know who it's gonna get transferred to. Oh yeah, the Zerato is a good pick. But only because of the last pick. The last pick ensured, the Cecilia last pick ensured the Zerato got through. I didn't see what artifact he was on.
Very interesting.
I think he was on violin because somebody stripped the
Scream for me.
Rylet, but I didn't see who it was. If it was the Dizzy or the Zerato. Oh yeah, you're right. It had to be Dizzy because he went and still missed on her even though there was no evasion. You're right.
I was born to fight.
Yeah, I don't know what he was on.
Aachen does not submit to threats.
Interesting change of strategy here. So he only brings the one booster, but he does get the Flurry and Rylet combo. And then Bulb on the other side gets the Kayron and Spectre. So SSB and Kayron are gone. Quick reminder, guys, while this gets started, don't forget to follow the channel, subscribe if you can.
I didn't want to
Every little bit helps support the channel.
Fight a little harder, Flurry.
Yeah, I don't really like the Fighter Maya pick here, honestly.
Can't you handle this?
Especially since he ignores defense.
Destruction. Answer my
But I guess he's just he's gonna use the Fighter Maya to try and kill the Rylet.
Fear is how others control you. Your pitiful resistance.
So he gets the defense break on the Ruel, decides to kill the Ruel this time. He gets the Ruel kill early.
You're not bad at all.
There's the cleanse of all those debuffs now gone. At least he can't get the pushback. He does get the Elbrus counter though from the Flurry. He's gonna go straight for the AoE, which makes sense. He's got to get rid of her early. Because if she doesn't die to this attack, he needs the cut with the fighter Maya. All right, so she's dead. Gets countered again by Elbrus Flurry. Gives her another turn, and she boosts up the Cerise into a turn. That's 3 free turns for Flurry just because of the Elbrus there.
I will protect my people.
How long do you think you can last?
I hope this job is a little easier.
That Flurry's
Submit to threats.
generating a lot of extra turns in this fight. So who does he go for now? Does he go for Cerise or Flurry? Goes for Flurry. Half health to Flurry before she heals. Missed on the Rylet, giving Rylet an extra stack. So Rylet's up to 4 stacks now. And the Lilius is dead.
This
Gets
world
countered, which the counter misses,
has no place.
triggering his counter, which is going to delete that fighter Maya.
Sidonia.
And that's going to tie this one up.
How
Because there's the stun. GG.
Got it, Flurry? Just like we practiced.
What kind of stats on Flurry? High effectiveness, high speed. That's about it.
What is our next objective?
So again, this is best of 5.
You were to try me? Does not back down.
And we are tied 1-1. Oh, this is the whale streamer? I don't know how I get called the whale streamer, but alright. Cause I don't think it's either of them. I don't know if either of you stream, but if you do, let me know. Hey, little Snippy, look who it is. I thought you didn't play Epic 7 anymore. It's been so long.
I'm sure fortune will be on our side today as well.
How's your little pet monkey doing?
Fear is how others control you.
So apparently, Nova and Balador both thought it was Thursday today, for some reason, and that's why they missed their fights in the first round, is because they had the wrong day. I think the balance patch is live? It shouldn't be. It's not supposed to be live until the same day as,
Not bad.
call that Corona calendar? Yeah, exactly.
I'll show you what I've got. For the future of Sidonia.
Yeah, it's not supposed to be live until the 6th, the same day as the Zerato patch. From Marco lost to Frenzy, yeah.
There is no salvation for those who fall in battle.
He did well, though. He won the first round, right? I think. We should get free unequipped that weekend, yes. Oh no, Marco lost the first one to Valencia.
This is only a temporary alliance. Immature.
probably went to bed. Alright, bans are in. Flurry and Lilius are banned. Interesting that he left that SSB in.
Auckland does not submit to threats.
I feel like SSB is really scary against Bulb's team here.
It can't be helped. This is going to hurt.
You fight as
Lands everything except for the slow on the Cecilia.
your life.
Gonna probably go right into that Kairon. Yep. Gonna proc that Kairon passive right away.
Nothing.
Went to bed at 9:30 last night. Best old lady decision I've ever made.
Let us meet again.
Poor little Snippy.
Other side of terror.
No sleep on the Kairon means Kairon's gonna get his skill off. I assume he doesn't use this here? Yeah, he's gonna wait. Because the other two are slept. Doesn't want to wake them up. That's a big miss sleep on the Kairon though. All this damage here is free. Oof. Tenebria just barely tanky enough to prevent dying and allow him to kill the Kairon. Also gets the stun on the Ruel. How far in are we? These are the semifinals. This is the third fight of the first
Auckland does
semifinal.
not submit to threats. Help. Now.
Big team up there,
Oh,
killing the
how
Kairon.
cute.
Now he has a choice to make. I don't know why he didn't go skill 2, but he does end up landing the sleep. Best of 5.
Now, bring it
Now
on.
here comes the skill 3 from the SSB. And she'll have max stacks, which means she's going to auto counter. That's going to be a dead. Oof, only one crit. But it did crit on the Tenebria, which was the important one. Now he can skill 3. That'll kill the Tenebria and the Cecilia.
You fight as if you have 9 lives. Let's go.
And the Ruel. I wonder how much effectiveness that Cerise has too. So it's going to be 2-1 for Hans.
I will continue my training.
Practicing on the bullet, she's fired as a Soul Weaver. Yeah, she didn't resist anything there. I know some people run 0 res or low res Ruel because they have something else that's high res, but
I will shape my own future.
it's and they kind of depend on it. It kind of personally I would run her high res as I run my Chloe low res, but
Fortune will favor us.
interesting. Hans takes the Ruel.
Practiced.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Ruel's around 140. He's just got RNG'd.
To kiss
Definitely possible. I had a 220 res Destina have everything land on her.
Immature.
It's a lot of fire units over there on the right-hand side.
I'll show you what
I'm
it
assuming we're going to see an SSB just because of how many fire units he's got. But we'll see. You're not going, Sirmia. It's a bluff. I don't believe it. It's gotta be SSB, right? No? Goes with Robbie. Oh, was she pre-banned? I missed it. I was wondering why he didn't go SSB. Guess that explains it. Alright, Rylet band, Flurry band. That's the new strategy. Pick all fire units and pre-ban SSB.
A nightmare. Especially for you.
Yeah, it's true. We haven't seen a lot of Bassars either. So the defense break, this fight looks completely opposite. Tenebria defense breaking Ruel. Yes, it's 2-1. $7K damage, but did get countered. Nothing landed on the counter, and Spectre just barely survived. 198 HP she survived with. Decides to burn into it, gets the team up with the Ruel. That team up is going to ensure that the
I will step on
Tenebria is going to die here. Never mind.
Fortune will be on our side today
Well,
as
I guess technically it's true. But
Goddess.
he's got to use his cleanse here. Uses it on herself.
喧嘩なんて退屈ですよね。
Now, Dizzy, probably, I guess skill 1? I don't know what he does here. He's going to go with skill 2. Go with the pushback. I don't know what artifact she's on, but she didn't strip and she didn't get a crown stun. So I'm guessing crown, but... Knife Kieran gets the kill there.
I'll do everything I can.
Ooh, no crit Zerato. No crit Zerato. Still manages to get the kill. Counter with no stuns again from the Dizzy.
This way.
Nice little team up crit there from Kieran on Dizzy. Always nice when 2 fire units are able to kill a water unit.
Lend me your strength.
Who does he revive? So he revives the Ravi.
Away with you.
I'll send you all away.
Kieran did pretty good damage to the Ruel there. And managed to survive the Ravi skill 1, so he still has his passive. With team up into the Ruel, kills the Ruel. I don't know if... I feel like he can't survive. Oh, jeez, another team up from Kieran kills her. Alright then. Well, that's going to tie things up at 2. That was a lot of Kieran attacks.
You want to try me? Commander.
Ugh. Oh, hi, Cassius. What's up, buddy? Alright, so winner of this fight will move on to the finals. What? Why are you smacking me in the face? What's with the look? Me? New co-caster? Yeah. What's up, buddy? What's up? High five? Oh, good boy. Another one? Oh, good boy.
I'm sure Fortune will be on our side today as well.
Oh, he's back.
This job is a little easier.
Dude. Chill. Chill.
Fear is how others control you.
I'll show you what I've got.
So this time Bulb gets the Rylet Flurry combo. Hey Nova. Yeah, I see your message in Discord. Was waiting until after. I don't know how you guys didn't think it was Friday. Every single tournament we've done has been on Friday. And the message that says when it is on Friday.
Show you who's
You're not the only one. Balador did the same thing. Thought it was tomorrow. I mean, there's a stream notification plus 2 posts that I was streaming with the stream title in it saying tournament, and we tagged you in trying to get your attention. So, not much I can do about it after that. It happens.
Oh,
There will always be another one. Yeah. You never know, man. Do a full stream with Cassius, become a millionaire from subs and donations. I don't think he would like that. I can barely get him to sit still for like an hour.
for the future.
Forget an hour, 5 minutes. Thank you for the follow.
not bad.
Does remind me though, if you guys have Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free, and it definitely helps. Whoop. Probably supposed to do that earlier. Alright, bans are in. Rylet and SSB are gone. So we got Spectre and Lilius. Spectre and Lilius for Hans.
Not submit to threats.
And Kieran, Zerato, Tenebria, Clury
Sorry,
for Bulb.
but I have no intention of losing.
He goes right into the skill 3 onto the Zerato. He counters them right back onto her. So she's slowed. Luckily for him, the second unit that hit was the only other unit with immunity. Probably not worth using this. He's going to use it, which means he's got to use it on the Lilius. Otherwise, it's not worth using because she's going to cleanse it off.
This way.
He does land the strip and both debuffs. Unfortunately for him, the team up went into the Ruel.
Is that all you've got?
I'm not reading that.
At least try to make it fun.
Fortune will favor us.
So Tenebria is almost down.
Grant me strength.
Again, the winner of this fight does go on to the finals. Let's see what the Kieran's got. He's only got single target skill 1, so he's going to skill 3 here. Goes into the Ruel. Since he's on knife, I'm kind of surprised he went into the Ruel.
Spirit strength.
Yeah, we can change the background.
Protect my people.
What is wrong with you, dog?
Give up now.
Go lay down. Go on. Get. There's a lot of debuffs on both teams here. But he's got the cleanse, I believe. Yeah, there's the cleanse. Doesn't crit the Kairon, but gets the other 3. He's going to go right into his revive on himself here, just to make sure she doesn't die. He's also got Spectre coming with a burn. So he could proc the Kairon passive and kill the Tenebria.
You want to try me?
Oh, he's already used his skill 3. Never mind. He still did that anyway. Same thing.
All right, try me.
I don't know why I thought she hadn't moved yet. Decides to provoke the flurry.
Just stand by and watch.
Can I Q snipe you this time? This isn't me. This is the tournament massacre, so you no actually can't because I'm not even playing right now. You could try though.
Archon does not submit to threats. Not bad.
Alright, Kairon's down. And as long as he only skill 1s with Tenebria into the Zerato can't counter. It was actually really smart of him to hit Flurry there because the team up would have caused a counter from the Zerato. I probably would have skill 1 there, but
Fortune will
he
favor
should
us.
still be fine. I don't see this Zerato soloing.
I will protect my people. How naive. For the future of Sidonia.
Cerise lands the defense break, which is actually bad because he gets countered back, kills the Cerise, and defense breaks the Ruel, but too little too late.
We won. We really did it.
And Hans is going to move on to the final. Congrats, Hans. Bulb, great tournament.
This spear will protect everyone.
Yeah, how scary was that last attack? Alright, so let's bring up the bracket. And we'll update that. So Hans is the first one through to the final. And now we got Kaz and Liminal in the second semifinal.
Are you confident?
I thought I was finally free.
Yeah, while they get going with the picks here. So Kaz beat Elv and then beat Alencia to get here. And Liminal beat Sunwon and Yao to get here.
Fight a little harder, Flurry.
Liminal leads with the flurry. Leads with the flurry and pre-bans the Celine. Cerise.
Too late.
God, all these names.
I won't run anymore.
If I had $1 for every time a girl told me that, little snippy, I would be a rich man.
I'm sure Fortune will be on our side today.
Moving on. Liminal goes with Roana and Ruel. Sworn back with the Moy pick
Fit to kiss my
and Spectre. Thank you for the follow. He's actually picked her a lot. He's been picking her the entire tournament, so.
Scream for me.
I feel like of the two strips, the Litica is more dangerous, so I feel like she'll probably get through.
I'll be your opponent.
Finishes off with Kayron and Arby. Yes, Death I will. Just the last 3 rounds. What's Kaz gonna finish up with here?
You may try to define me.
There's the Spectre, or I keep calling her Spectre. The Tenebria. A lot of Tenebria the last few fights. We haven't seen Tenebria since like early in the early last season, and she seems to be making a comeback today. Although she gets banned, and Flurry gets banned.
This is hard. It sure persistent.
Can he strip the Kayron? He gets the Kayron and the Ruel.
I won't forgive should I tame.
Right into the stun. Lands the stun on the Kayron and the Ruel as well. But doesn't get the Arby.
I'm warning you. I've got nothing to lose.
Does he get this reset? Yes. Big reset there. He's going to try and kill that Arby now with his Spectre.
Look into my eyes.
Because there's no damage reduction, he is able to get the first kill, which means the second kill is going to be apparently not going to happen. I thought that was going to be guaranteed. But because he landed the stun, she's still going to die. Doesn't quite proc the Kayron passive, but he is buff blocked.
I thought I was finally free.
Yeah, he's gonna proc it here. Oh, I don't know if that worked or not. It looked like it worked, but it's hard to tell. We're about to find out.
Disobey me.
Okay, it did proc it. He gets countered. I don't know if they've ever faced each other. I have no idea.
Not bad. I'm waiting.
Is this gonna be enough to kill her? Well, if it wasn't before, it is now. Jesus.
My life is my own.
Just like team up into team up into team up and GG. That ended up being very quick. I've been saying that forever, Meek. So it's gonna be 1-0 for Sworn. It's just that easy. Safe to say, Liminal won't be letting that one happen again. He sticks with the Cerise ban, though.
This is hard.
He goes ahead and steals the Litica right away. Says, nope.
too late.
Don't put all your faith in me.
I won't lose to anyone.
I will show you the power of Nixie.
Will they do another rename ticket?
Shut up.
I honestly don't know if they will. I feel like they probably won't. They did it for a reason.
Insignificant.
So Liminal going with the cleave. Sworn goes with the Cecilia Colley combo.
I never miss my target.
I wonder if Liminal busts out the Secret here. Maybe. Well, they changed the process of being able to. Interesting. He goes with Spectre instead
For those who fall in battle.
of like picking your account name. So when they changed it, because they changed it, they like people go back and change their own. All right, Litica and RB are banned. I don't know how I feel about leaving the FCC in there, but he did get his Litica banned, so maybe it won't matter. Liminal desperately needs to go first here. If that Collie outspeeds the Oxlots plus +1 plus Jury, I think he's gonna be dead.
Now's my time
Gets
to
first
shine.
turn. That'll be a dead Collie and presumably a dead FSB as well. Question is, can he deal with the Chiron? What's up, Level Up? Sounded funny. Welcome, welcome. Oh, the raid. I didn't even see the raid. Thank you so much for the raid, guys. Welcome, everybody. How was your stream, guys?
Kiss my feet.
Happy Friday to
I
you
will
too.
step on you.
So Collie down. Stream was fun today. Pop-up mini tourney, nice. Whale finger shuffle. Oh, well, that's the second person today that says I've been whaling. Quite the opposite, I wish.
Play together.
Here I go.
Are you prepared for this?
My past.
So those two die as expected. The real question is what happens with this Chiron. Is it the same person?
Think you could outdo me?
Scream for
Maybe.
me.
Probably. Alright. Well then.
Delightful agony.
What's up, Sarah? Yeah, Chiron's gonna cause a problem here. I don't know how he kills that Chiron. Because he procs the passive here. Unless Chiron misses an important crit. He kind of needs this CC to die here too. And she doesn't die, which means there's going to be a shield as well.
Everything disappears.
And a greater attack buff. Now it's GG. Even without the burn, the greater attack buff should do it.
See? How
Yeah.
I made everyone kneel before me.
So that's going to be 2-0 Kaz.
Are you trying to capture me?
Interesting.
So Liminal goes with the Litica ban this time. Can't seem to get his Tywin through.
All that's left is ruin.
Now, bring it.
Kaz now one fight away from the final. So if he wins this one, he'll move through. If Liminal wins, he'll move through. Yeah, this new feature with the spectate mode is so much easier for tournaments. Just makes life so easy. Fighting for Sun Wan's honor. So Liminal takes the Kairon. Oh my god, a ghost. What's up, Slaughter? Thank you for the resub. That is our second sub of the day. Here, we'll post a quick raffle for our second sub of the day. How you been, man?
私に委ねていいよねネクロ。
Last patch was low-key great. I feel like nothing really happened except for this, but this is well worth it. Even worth the patch delay to get this feature added. Being able to add EU and Asia and Korea players to tournaments too is really nice.
Aachen does not submit to threats.
Liminal joining the raffle even though he's in the middle of the semifinal. I saw that. We got our first Sage appearance. I've been good enough. Stressed, but not new. Hey man, as long as you're doing alright.
I'll show you my power.
That's true, it always says you're first.
You don't look very appetizing.
Interesting.
Oh well.
So, completely different draft here. We get Haste, we get Zerato, we get Sage. Sworn does take his Cerise though. Yeah, we're doing a tournament, that's why. We're doing a tournament and we just got a nice host from Level Up Together. Or Raid. So bans are in, Dizzy and Sage both banned.
I will protect my people.
I didn't want to have to do this, but it seems I have no choice.
He does get the quad crit. Misses a lot of the debuffs. So he only ends up with keeping 2 of the debuffs, but the 2 slows are probably the 2 that he needed the most, so...
Shall we go to the
He gets the defense break on the SSB.
Fall. And never get back on your feet.
Good amount of damage there from Cecilia. Greater attack, though.
I won't go easy on you.
The greater attack was nice, but it was into the skill prevent.
I'll do everything I can. Nice.
The speed tuning of this fight is really what's getting Liminal here. The fact that his damage just happened to go right after the Cecilia is huge.
Is that all you're capable?
Because now he's going to kill
Then you're better off dead.
the Arby. Arby comes back into immunity with no greater attack buff.
Everything. Slowly.
The question is, even without the greater attack buff, can he still kill the SSB? And it's not even close.
back out now?
She does miss her important attacks though. He needs this crit on opposite element. Oh, he does get the SSB crit though.
I will not just stand by and watch.
That SSB crit by Kairon's a game changer.
This way.
Don't
Kairon's
put
dead.
faith in me.
Question is, can he kill the Arby in time? He does have his haste skill 3 again. The haste skill 3 did about 7k damage the first time. Oof. So that's gonna be a dead Cecilia. He still, neither of those extra attacks took the Cerise out of stealth though.
Shall we put an end to this little game?
Is this gonna be enough? Just barely enough. But now haste is done. So haste has done his bit. He can't really help anymore. He doesn't have any debuffs with his skill 1. The question is, what artifact is Cerise on? If Cerise is on Confile, Liminal can bring this back.
Would you like to be my next meal? Aachen does not
Unless he only hits Flurry. Because he's going after the Zerato. I guess she's not. She must not be on that. She must be on Sachet. Because there's no way he would risk hitting. Oh, it's Guiding Light? Okay, that makes sense. Oh yeah, and we saw her get stealthed. Good call. Yeah, you're right.
You don't look very appetizing. Get rid of them.
Big team up there, giving her another extra turn. She was provoked, so it goes into the flurry, but he needs that Cerise dead. He does get the lapping of the Cerise, which is going to kill her. Oh, never mind. She didn't die. She lives with 106 HP.
Aachen does not
Gets another turn. 3 straight turns from Cerise. Almost killing, but he lived with 1 HP. He has legit 1 HP. I'm not even just saying that as a meme. Exactly 1 HP. And gets the defense break before he dies, which means she can take multiple turns into the defense break. 3 consecutive turns into that defense break. I feel like I would have attacked into that defense break, but he burns into it. Wow. What a fight. Liminal with the comeback with the 1 HP Zerato. That 1 HP defense break. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Time to recall Zerato.
I'll show you what I've got.
That saved his tournament right there. That 1 HP. That 1 HP was the difference between him getting eliminated and Sworn making it to the final. Not enough time. Alright, Slaughter, have a good one, man. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you again. We'll see you next month.
Insignificant.
Time to Molus reskill 1. So this time, Sworn pre-bans the Clury, which means Liminal can get his Tywin.
Are you prepared for this?
Did he win the raffle too? I didn't even see who won the raffle. So now he got his Tywin. He's got to decide what he wants to do with the Tywin. From Spud to Stud, an Emerald Tywin story. So he goes with the Sage again. I don't know how I feel about Sage into FCC, but maybe he's planning on banning the Sicilian? Yeah, my Broman has no skill ups, but not only does he change his burn, but that second strip is really nice. The second buff that can be stripped is really nice. Makes him significantly better against like DN and stuff like that, or against FCC. So we get Vivian. Sworn going really high damage here against this. And Dizzy, interesting. Big last pick here from Liminal. I wonder if he decides to go more aggressive or reactive. He goes with the Alencia. I didn't even know you had your Alencia geared. I have a particular attachment to this fight. I've been trying to get him to gear up his Alencia for a long time. Alright, bans are in. Ball and Dizzy, you have been banished. That actually works out really well on Liminal's side because he really didn't want to go Ball into that FCC. And he didn't ban the FCC, so he's fortunate the Ball got banned there. I think basically now Liminal just needs his Alencia to go before Vivian, which doesn't look like it's going to be an issue. And because the Tywin's in there, she doesn't get blinded, which means that he can still get his strip off. He uses the heal there to make sure that the Cecilia doesn't proc the K-Round passive, but instead the Cecilia goes and provokes the strip, which means no strip before the Vivian skill 3. Huge play there by Sworn, preventing the stun.
Let's start with something light.
It was not a bad play, honestly. I thought it was a good play until he decided to provoke you. Yeah, he has no immunity on his Vivian, or on his Alencia, I mean, which is what's going to cost him this fight, I think. Yep.
Did you see how I made everyone kneel before me?
If she had immunity, you win that fight, because you can strip. But no immunity means GG, and Sworn going to make it through to the final. Congrats, Kaz.
Finally free.
Why is your name red? Alright, let me bring up the bracket. So Kaz wins 3-1. Moves on to the final. And
You want to try me?
so now we're going to have Sworn versus Hans in the final. Good luck to you both. Best of 5. And we'll jump right into it. Can you guys change your name color? Silverblade Arrow pre-ban.
I will shape my own future.
I hope this job is a little easier.
Rylot first pick, right away countered by Flurry.
I'll accept your duel.
I can show you mine after the tournament's over if you want. Yes, it is Arrow.
Have faith in me. Very interesting.
Because there's no like, there isn't really a benchmark. I think most people just have decided that speed is best on him, and I definitely agree. I tested everything on him, and I very much approve. I very much feel that speed is the best bet. Because you can still one-shot stuff with speed set, speed boots. Yeah. He's got great base speed, so taking advantage of that, I think, is really important.
Do you know who I am?
No. People wanted me to put some 3 stars on there, but honestly, the video's already an hour and a half long. I might eventually do like a 3-star, what 3 stars are good video type thing, but I've tried to make one of those before, and it didn't turn out very well. I didn't even release it because I didn't like it. Basically, the 3 stars are this unit's good, but has 3-star base stats. So if you have this unit, it's probably better. That's basically every 3-star. But we could do like a top 10 3-stars or something like that. Now, especially now that 3-star FCC is in there.
Stay out of my way. I told you I need to get out of here.
This should fix that attitude problem of yours.
He kind of needs this strip here.
Enough. It's time to behave.
I won't go easy on you.
We should change the background after this, and we should definitely put Hans on the left and Sworn on the right. It's bugging my OCD that they're on the wrong spots.
Can't you handle this?
Unleash my power.
I'm just happy Phyllis is getting a buff. He did get the strip on the Rylot. I wonder if he decides to reset him here. No, he goes for the Cecilia.
Going back.
So he's gonna let the Rylot do his thing eventually.
Weep and wail.
Vivian's very good now. Who said she wasn't good?
Wait. Did you
He gets the team up there, not quite enough to kill her though. He decides to go with the skill 1, giving her chip damage, so the next turn he can kill and cycle his Vivian. So he's got to... Hans has to try and kill that Vivian, or do something with her now. He gets the SSB stun, which is big, because otherwise she would have countered there. Unfortunately for him, that killed the Rylot, who he kind of needed alive. He might have been better off leaving, just going skill 1 there, and leaving the Rylot alive.
Maybe I'm working too hard.
Yeah, she was already making appearances in RTA before her exclusive. They seem to keep doing that. It's like people start using units, And then they're like, oh, we should give that unit a buff. And they buff the unit right after people finally started using them, and then suddenly that unit's ridiculously strong.
Now it's time to go to sleep.
So he gets the double defense break and double sleep there. This fight's really coming down to the wire. Yes, Broman's another one. He falls in that category as well. It's gonna be a dead Vivian. I think Euphem's gonna be pretty niche, but we'll have to see.
Who should I tame next?
Sworn's gonna have a real issue with this Tenebria. Especially now that she's dead, that's gonna be GG. Moy's not gonna survive this one, and that's gonna be 1-0 for Hans. I'm gonna move you guys to opposite spots because that's really bugging me. Hold on. There you go. Litica CDOM comp? I don't really see her with Litica CDOM comp very often. You'd have to play around with it and see what works for you. But probably in that like 220 range would be ideal. Well, Hans is on the left side of the bracket. How can we have him... Look at this. He's on the left side of the bracket. How can we have him on the right-hand side? Oh, I forgot the background, though. God damn it. You're right. Background next fight. So both of the edgy boys have been pre-banned.
Are you prepared for this? Can't you handle this?
Show your elders some respect.
So he does go... Oh, interesting. He goes Alencia and Vivian together against the SSB and Cerise.
Why don't you show me a trick?
Sworn takes the Moy again,
Immature.
and this time steals the Tenebria. So do we see ML Era in that spot? He's only got the ones. He does have 2 strips. He could have. But he decides to go with Rowana instead. Tenebria and Vivian both banned. So Sworn has the double strip into SSB. And Hans has 3 strips into Alencia. With a little bit of sustain from the Rowana. So Sworn gets first turn over the Litica with the Cerise.
This is going to hurt.
Are you here to capture me?
Only lands on one of the 3 wind units.
Fight a little harder, Flurry. Flurry.
Who's the Flurry going after here? So Flurry goes after the SSB. The Alencia got the Mind's Eye proc courtesy of the Cerise, but decides to skill 3 with the strip instead.
It's too late to back out now.
That procs the SSB counter. But with no sustain on Sworn's side, it does knock the SSB down to about half health. He gets the 2 stuns on the Rowana and the Litica
My past, regrets, and hesitation.
into skill prevent, and then into the provoked SSB. He really needs another Alencia turn there. Because the Alencia should be able to finish off that SSB, I think. Oh, except the Cerise crit the Alencia. So SSB lives another turn.
Disobey me.
ML Cerise, yeah. Feels like it sometimes.
Not enough.
That's a dead flurry. I don't know why, but I like the sound of the whip from Moy.
Anybody? Step aside. Rude.
She's good in CC comps. She's solid in CC comps. Because not only can she be the CC, but she can also be the strip. So she can fill both roles, which is nice.
Now I'm getting bored.
I didn't say I liked the whip, I said I like the sound of the whip. Pay attention, Snippy. I knew you guys would take it that way. The second I said it, I was like, they're gonna take that the wrong way for sure. Oh good, another crit. Cerise with the double crit on Alencia, and I don't think Rowana can solo anything.
I have no intention of losing.
Must be brave.
We're Twitch chat, of course we're gonna take it that way.
Don't ask. Finally free.
So it's gonna tie things up. 1-1. Again, it's best of 5. This is the final. Feel a lot better about pitying Moy now. She doesn't have a lot of uses. I'm not overly happy with her myself, but in a control comp, she can be good. We should check and see if he skilled her up.
Are you here to capture me? For the future of Sidonia.
So Hans goes with the cleave start into Sworn, taking both boosters.
Very interesting.
I feel like that means we will not be seeing.
How long do you
We won't be seeing Moy this fight.
Look at
Yep.
me.
There's the
I
Sedom.
said look at me.
Here comes the Era. Era Tenebria, maybe? Or Era Dizzy?
You want to try me?
Or he could just go damage. He's gonna go with the Spectre. It's 1-1, Geo. First to 3.
Show your elders some respect.
Alencia
do you know
and Basar. So Hans can go pretty much whatever he wants now. The only issue is that his Cerise is going up against a bunch of wind units over there. I don't know how fast his Tenebria is, but I would be a little bit worried that his Sedom,
You cannot resist.
at the end of the clock, he goes with the Kize. I wonder if that's his highest CP unit, or if he actually picked that. Alright, bans are in. So Hans did go ahead and ban the fastest unit on Sworn's side because he is a little bit worried about the crits from the Cerise. He does need a few crits in order to get his Seedom return, and if he doesn't get the Seedom return, he might be dead.
I will protect my people.
Want to have to do this, but it seems I have no choice.
He has 3 crits. That might be enough. It's going to be really close. It's not enough fully, but it does look like he's going to get next turn after the buffs here.
Destruction. Answer my call.
Yeah, so Seedom, the 3 crits are enough to get her second turn. Well, third turn, I guess, technically. I think I don't know who he's going to go after. Probably SSB. He does... I would have been scared there to not go after the SSB because you're just allowing this free damage.
You aren't even fit to kiss
That is a lot of free damage. Now, if either of those AoEs get a turn, he's just dead.
ever.
So he has to kill the SSB, which he does.
Battle.
And now he can burn into this, and he has to hope to hell he strips and resets the Alencia,
Be your guide.
which he does not. I think that means that Alencia is about to kill everybody. Except for this Cerise. Yep. And so that's going to be 2-1 for Sworn, because this will kill the Cerise.
Has no place for you.
That's why I would have killed SSB first, because allowing that counter is just way too much damage. You might still lose, but it was going to be hard to come back from that. Ah, sorry. I keep forgetting the background change. But we're just flying through this, so maybe we'll remember next time. Yeah, that's the danger of cleaving. If you try and cleave, you leave yourself open to stuff like that. Like one counter and one AoE just wipes your entire team. It's not easy to cleave. When it works, it's really nice because the enemy never moves. But when it doesn't work,
You fight
it just
you
feels
have
bad.
9 lives.
So Sworn actually left it open for Hans to try that again by first picking SSB, but he decides not to. Goes with Rylet Ruel. So Sworn takes the Flitica and the CC. Some mind games going on here. Hans counters back with the Cerise. I feel like they're just toying with each other at this point.
I'm all ready. Quit misbehaving.
And then back with the Moy, so he has his 2 strips again. His 2 strips into either the Tenebria or the SSB.
Don't worry.
Interesting. And finishes up with a speed imprint in MRSA. So double evasion with 1 strip. Bans are in. Rylet, SSB are banned. So Sworn going with the control, and Hans gonna try and take first turn and hopefully limit the amount of turns they can take on their control team.
I will not just stand by and
Problem is Hans has no immunity, so he did get first turn, which is important. He gets the strip, but he doesn't get next turn, so now they can cycle. He does get 3 3 restricts, so she can't use her skill 2. If she uses her skill 2, she won't be able to do her skill 3. So he goes with the reset. And since there's no immunity on Hans' side, he can go straight into this stun instead of stripping. He gets the quad stun from the Moy. I've never seen so many Ruels get stunned in my entire life as I have in this tournament.
Weep and wail.
Moy has arrived. Let's not get carried away. So he saved his skill 2 again because 3 of the units were restricted, so it makes sense. Does he decide to go with the strip here or skill 1?
Enough.
He's gonna go with the strip and attack buff.
It's time to behave. Okay, let's do this.
And now Mersa finally gets a turn, but it's into skill prevent, so she can't do anything. Let's actually check his skill ups here. No, she died. I wanted to check her skill ups and we're... Oh wait, she does the wrong team. Let me go. So she's +3/+3. Or 0/3/3.
A nightmare. Especially for you.
The Sworn can smell blood. He gets the sleep, the slow, the bleed. He's getting everything on this Ruel. He's also got a 2-turn silence. And that's going to be GG. So congratulations, Sworn with the W, taking the final 3-1. You guys want a background change? There's your background change. I don't know how to get out of here now. There you go. So congratulations. Sworn is our winner. Hans, great tournament, man. Let me fix this. Your name doesn't fit in the little thing. Here, I'll put you on top. Hold on. I'm almost there. Nice. There you go. You did only catch the last match. So Sworn is our winner. I will PM you guys about your prizes and stuff. We're finished with a $50 prize pool. So congratulations to everybody. Thank you so much for being so amazing about getting everything done, being here on time.